Hello, B&J students. Let's practice some conversation questions. These are where questions, such as where do you live? So I'm going to ask you the question, try to repeat, and then try to answer, okay? And then I will give you the answer as well. So let's practice these together, okay? So practice, practice, practice. Number 1, where does your mom buy food? Where does your mom buy food? At the supermarket. Can you answer that? She buys food at the supermarket. She buys food at the supermarket. Make sure you repeat after me. She buys food at the supermarket. Or maybe you could also say, she buys food at the traditional market. 시장. Alright, she buys food at the traditional market. She buys food at the supermarket. Where does your mom buy food? Number 2, where does your best friend study? Or maybe your best friend doesn't study at all. Where does your best friend study? At the library. Can you answer that? He or she studies at the library. What does he or she study at the library? What does he or she study at the library? He studies chemistry at the library. Alright, so he studies at the library. Where? At the library. He studies chemistry at the library. So what does he study at the library? He studies chemistry at the library. Number 3, where does Santa Claus live? Santa Claus, ho ho ho. Where does Santa Claus live? In the North Pole, where it's very cold. It's very cold in the North Pole. Santa Claus, or he, lives in the North Pole. Very, very cold. He lives in the North Pole. Number 4, where does your father go swimming in the summer? Where does your father, so he, goes swimming in the summer. Where does your father go swimming in the summer? In the ocean. He goes swimming in the ocean. He goes swimming in the ocean. Or you could go, he goes swimming in a pool. Many options. Number 5, where does your dog run? Your dog, he or she or it. Where does your dog run? Where does your dog run? In the park. In the park. Maybe my dog's name is, what's my dog's name? Max. He runs in the park. He runs in the park. Where? In the park. Or what about in the backyard? He runs in the backyard. Good. All right, number 6. Where does your grandmother eat lunch? Where does your grandmother eat lunch? Where does your grandmother, so she, eat lunch? Where? At a restaurant. She eats lunch at a restaurant. She eats lunch at a restaurant. Number 7. Or what about at home? She eats lunch at home. She eats lunch at home. Okay, number 7. Where does the old man dance? The old man, he. Where does the old man dance? In the bathroom. He dances in the, where? Bathroom. He dances in the bathroom. He dances in the bathroom. Where? All right, number 8. Where do the cats meow? Meow, meow. Where do the cats meow? In the street. In the street. Where do they meow? They, the cats, meow in the street. All right, number 9. Where do you eat breakfast? Where do you eat breakfast? In bed. Do you eat breakfast in bed? So you becomes I, right? I eat breakfast in bed, or I eat breakfast in the kitchen. I eat breakfast in the kitchen. Number 10, where do students study history? So students, they, where do students study history? At school. They. At school. They study history at school. And number 11, where does your uncle see the doctor? Where does your uncle, he, see the doctor? At the hospital. All right, so where does your uncle see the doctor? At the hospital. So can you answer that? So your uncle, he sees the doctor where? At the hospital. He sees the doctor at the hospital. Or what about he sees the doctor at the clinic? He sees the doctor at the clinic. Number 12. Where do gorillas live? Where do gorillas live? In the jungle. So gorillas, they, what? Live where? In the jungle. In the jungle. Or you could say they also can be found in a zoo. In a zoo. Gorillas also live in the zoo. Gorillas live in the jungles of Africa. Gorillas live in the jungles of Africa. Okay, so that is the end. So practice, practice, practice. Where questions? Good luck. See you later.